This is live from the office.
Live.
This is actually our first ever podcast. So we apologize if the quality sucks. It took us, 3 hours to figure out how to actually...
3 weeks.
3 weeks to figure out how to set up the audio equipment properly. So, that was pretty interesting. My name is Adam, and I'm one of the hosts here. And to my right, I have Joe.
Yep, that's me.
And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to sit here and talk shit after a long...
lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
At the end of a day, live from our office.
All relatable, though.
Yeah, it will be relatable. So we do definitely think that people will be able to...
Relate.
All right. So today we have...
We got a guest.
We have a guest today. Andre Nastasi? Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Nastasi.
Nastasi. I like
Nasty.
I like it when you say it.
Namaste.
Nastasi.
Nastiness. McNasty. All of that. They call me all of that.
Oh, I'm sure they do. So Andre, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. Well, my name is Andre. I like to say it like this. Andre J. Nastase. That's my name.
Throw in the letter.
Yeah. And a little bit about myself.
Please.
I'm a 46-year-old male of African... Well, no, they say African, but American, but, I'm a black man in America, basically. And,
all right.
Currently doing a little finance, and I live in South Florida.
This isn't a Tinder profile.
Oh, okay.
Swipe left.
I mean, I just really don't know how to introduce myself, So
you did a good job.
You're doing a good job
okay.
so far.
There.
I mean, like the expectation for this podcast should be set so incredibly low.
We're gonna have a lot of viewers.
This is gonna take a bit for us to get used to this. So
Lots
it's
of
okay.
viewers.
So is it okay if I just be real ghetto today then?
I would actually encourage you to be as ghetto as you can be.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so we started off before we turned on the podcast. We were deciding what is it that you wanted to talk about, because honestly, some of the stories that you have are some of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard in my entire life. Like they don't sound real. I can't believe that we get to talk to you about this, that somebody else has not picked up on this yet. It is literally some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, Andre, you're a day trader too, right?
Something like that.
Once in a while.
It's more like trend trading now at this point, swing trading. But let me just say, I want you to know, all jokes aside, real talk, that a lot of people have told me in my lifetime that I definitely need to write a book, because I guess I've told few of these stories here and there, and they're like, bro, that's not like even normal. That's not like, the normal flow of life. So like, it has a lot of people showing interest in the story, in my stories.
Yeah, I mean, you were in here the other day. We were just talking, which is kind of like how we got the idea for this podcast as a whole. And I mean, that was some wild shit.
Yeah.
So
pretty crazy.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, you got a bunch of stories, man, and so like, what do you think we should start with? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking from birth to 46. Oh my goodness!
I don't know if we have that much time. But,
yeah, but
it's a mini series.
It could be a mini series. All right, so you told me the other day a story about. So you're also a father, right?
Yes.
How many kids do you have? This is not a trick question.
Yeah,
it's not a trick question.
Sound a little bad. I have 5 kids.
Okay.
5 kids.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 5 kids.
Okay.
And just kind of the story I was telling you, basically it boils down to it just was an unorthodox way that they all came about. Like, unfortunately, I'm not very proud of the fact that I have 5 kids from 4 different women, even though I'm not the typical, baby mama type of guy. I'm actually a very, like, settled down, stay with one chick type of guy, but it's just those early years of my life.
Wait, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you and I know each other, right?
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time with one another?
Yes.
I know for a fact that, like, it was like 6-7 months ago, you got kicked out of your house for cheating on your wife.
No, not cheating, but what's the sex and texting thing called? Sexting.
That's what the kids are calling it.
Yeah, sending D pics.
What are D pics?
DPs.
DIC pics.
What are DIC pics?
Dick pics.
All right. Yeah. Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I sent a dick pic to an old girlfriend, and the old girlfriend got mad at me
She
because
just forgot what a dick looked like?
Yeah, why did
Did it
you
remind
send
her?
her a dick pic?
It was like kind of that heat of the moment, you know, she sent me a titty shot or whatever, and
So you were just can you explain to us how this happened? Because like were you just like sitting down and then all of a sudden she sends you a picture of her tit and you haven't seen her in a long time, and then you like what happened?
Damn, I forgot what boobs look like.
Yeah, and then you're like, wow, since I forgot what boobs look like, that probably means she forgot what a dick looks like.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, let me just take a picture of my dick, and then your wife was there and you guys were watching like This Is Us, and you were crying at the same time. Is that what was happening? Because that's what I'm envisioning.
no, I mean something like that, but no, I got besides myself, and you know, she got me worked up, you know, heat of the moment, and you know, I'm trying to like move in for the kill, for a hope to be soon re-encounter, you know.
So then basically this was all kind of to prove that like you gave us a whole speech about how you settled down, but that's probably not 100% accurate.
Well, I'm settled down. I've been with the woman I'm with now. I've been with her like 9 years.
All right.
And I've known her for 28 years. I dated her back when we were teenagers.
Look, I know your wife. I think she's lovely.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck she's doing with you.
She's just, you know, I'm a handful to deal with, so.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so
let's figure out which story we're gonna do today.
well, hold on. So,
Oh, okay.
So four baby mamas, 5 children.
Mm-hmm.
Are they boys, girls?
I've got 3 boys and 2 girls.
And how old are they?
The oldest is 27, a boy, a girl under another boy up under him, which is 25, a girl, which is 25, another girl, which is 23, and then I have an 8-year-old.
All right. And what's the order here?
As far as
I guess as far as oldest to youngest, what are their names? Give us a little bit more background.
Yeah. I told you, but you was probably over there typing. But the oldest, I don't know if I should give their names out. It's not like really relevant for the people.
All right. It's fine. I'm gonna put your fucking kid.
Yeah, but they don't even want to hear the names. It's just I got 27, 2 25s, a 23, and an 8-year-old.
All right. Fair enough.
And it goes boy, girl, boy.
All right. Are any of
Oldest
the
to the
boys
youngest.
named Junior?
Yes.
That was a complete fucking guess too.
How about this? You want to hear this? A funny story?
Yeah.
How about my oldest child is a junior, and how about my youngest daughter has my exact same name? So my oldest child and my youngest daughter both have the same name, and he's a junior. You know, that's weird, right?
Yeah. Stop tapping on the ground.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, that's weird.
All right.
Because I got here's another.
How do you spell your name?
Yeah, I was getting ready to tell you. Here's another little funny story. So my mom, 46 years ago, she was dating some guy named Andre, and I guess at the time he was the love of her life or whatever before she got with my dad or whatever, and she wanted to name me after the guy, so she named me Andre, but instead of naming me Andre, she claims that the European version of Andre is Aundrea, which as we all know in America, that's Andrea or Andrea.
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that is the European way. I mean, Joe, can you look that up real quick?
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, Google it. See. I guess Andres in Europe have A's on the end and apostrophes over the A's and all that type of stuff. So she called herself trying to be clever and gave me the AUNDREA instead of the ANDRE. So I got stuck with that my whole life. I've been having to explain that for 46 years every time I do something that requires my name.
All right.
But yeah, my son's name is Andre Jr.
Well, you just gave his name away.
Well, no, I don't have. I just felt like a whole bunch of the names really didn't matter. But he's Andre Nastasi Jr. I'm Andre Nastasi Sr. And then, like I say, my youngest daughter, her name is Andrea Nastasi. You know, her last name now is McCrae. She got married to a guy in the military in Anchorage, Alaska. She's got two kids. I actually don't even know him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Okay.
Never spoke with him. She, she was raised by her mom. When I.
All right, this is taking a turn for the fucking sad. Let's.
So I told you, let's just tell a story.
All right, man.
So let's tell. Which story we gonna tell? How I learned about the stock market. How I went from a regular guy to a.
Why don't you tell me how you ended up with all these kids from different women?
Oh, okay. All right, that's a story. Yeah. Yeah. So the first one. So how about 18? I just moved back from Boston. I was in Boston from 85 to 88, and I had just tried out for the Olympics. I was telling you that the other day.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You can't just throw that in there.
But we can tell the Olympic story later.
Man, no, we can.
Next time on Live from the Office.
Next time on Live from the Office, we'll explain.
You're gonna hear about the Olympics. And,
the Olympic tryouts that I did.
And Andre, don't give too much away.
But so I came back to Florida in September '88. My neighbor across the street had passed away. He had a brain aneurysm, and I came back for his funeral. But I also had Miss Florida, and I just didn't want to go back to Boston. It was too cold up there and too much. Back then all the Bloods and Crips stuff was real heavy in the '80s. And
did that weigh on you?
Hell yeah! I used to fucking see people get robbed walking to school in the morning. Like, that shit would freak me the fuck out.
What colors did you rep?
None.
You sure?
Yep. I've never been Blood or Crip.
Is it just because microphone is here? Or?
No. I'm not gonna lie and act like I was a gang member. I wasn't.
All right. No. Fair enough. That's respectable.
Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Yeah. I was actually trying to get the fuck away from them dudes. They was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I moved back to Florida in '88. I got back here. I was 16. I had already did the little. It was the Seoul '88 Summer Olympics. I had just did that. So now I get back to Florida and I say,
I love how he goes. It was the Seoul Summer '88 Olympics, and I had just done that. Like if it was like if he was going to the fucking supermarket. All right, continue.
Yeah. So it's the summer '88. I'm back down in Florida. I'm 16. I've been reading all these real estate books. Dave Deodato, Charles Carlton Sheets, Tom Vu. He reminds me of Tom Vu. These were all guys who, had books, Buy Houses, No Money Down.
Why does he remind you of Tom Vu?
Because Tom Vu was an Asian guy.
All right.
That's all I'm just saying. You know how there's all white people look alike, all Asian people look alike, all black people look alike.
Wow, bro.
We're all just the same.
This is just the truth.
I mean, we're all people.
No, we all look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the hospital the other day when my wife had the knee surgery. Bro, you know how many nurses walked up to me? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? I'm looking like, white lady, who in the hell are you? I'm like, I don't even know who you are. I'm like, oh, I'm here with Kareen. She's having knee replacement surgery. But it's nice to see you again. Have no clue who these people were.
Oh my god.
But I guess they know my wife, and then they know I'm her man, so they kind of like mentally lock you in. To me, I don't lock you in mentally until I've seen you a few times.
Right. So it's just like so all white people to you look alike.
Look alike. Yeah.
And
basically.
Asian people.
No, all Asian people look like Asian people. All white people look like white people.
Right. But I'm saying,
and even black people, same thing.
But when you're Asian, white, or black, or whatever, you just all look alike.
Yeah, you just all look alike until you put some type of memory to the face,
right,
or the name, or something.
So they all just kind of blend together.
They kind of blend together.
I see.
I mean, at least for me, they do. Do they do that for you?
Nope.
No, you actually, when you meet somebody, you try and remember their name when you meet them.
It's not a matter of remembering their name. I can look at two black people or two white people, and I could be like, oh, those are different people.
Oh no, I don't do that.
And I apologize because we do have someone in our office today that's Asian. Like, I can't do that with Asian people.
No,
Asian people all look the same.
Oh, they all look the same to you.
Damn, dude.
To me.
Oh, okay.
To me, all Asian
Wow.
people.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying to some extent.
Yeah.
And look, I love Asian people.
Yeah.
You know?
Me too. I think they're cool.
Yeah, I have friends, and I'm mainly going overboard now because there's someone sitting in here that is
Here we
Asian.
go.
Here we go.
Yeah, for the record, we got 2 white guys, an Asian guy, and a black guy.
There
Right.
you go.
So
Diverse.
it's like the United
Very
Nations
diverse.
Yeah, very
of
diverse.
podcasts. All we need is an Arab.
Yeah. And we'll have everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right. So anyway. So continue with the story.
So where do we leave off?
Well, you
I
fucking
just
tell
got
me, bro.
I got back to Florida. I was reading the books on how to flip houses. I was going to be a real estate investor. I had just finished reading The Art of the Deal,
Oh God.
which is a amazing
Man,
book.
Come on.
Somebody told me Trump didn't write that.
He didn't. He was the narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't write it, but it was a guy sitting in
Shut
his
the
office.
fuck up. Is that
And-
true?
No, like a guy actually wrote a ghostwriter wrote it.
Yeah, a ghostwriter
No
wrote it.
fucking way.
Yeah.
Ghostwriter
That's
wrote
what
the
I
book in his office. He said it in the book. He says every day I would come into the office, I'd be reading the paper, and I'd take an hour out of my morning, and he would ask me questions, and I would answer them, and that's how the book got formed.
Right. It was like the Bible when Jesus spoke. So it's up for interpretation.
Yeah.
Wait a
The
second.
writer-
So
the
Donald
writer
Trump
actually-
did not write The Art of the Deal.
No.
No.
This is what I
It says on the outside of the book, narrated by
Yeah.
whoever the guy's
So
name is.
really, it's whatever the writer wanted to write, and he put pieces of Trump's speeches in the morning.
I think Trump had to proofread the book and
Who
improve it.
was the
I
guy?
don't know.
Oh yeah, he
I don't
did.
know, that's-
No, the whole book was written
He
in
was
Trump.
It
guy.
says
Pretty sure it's a
author.
Jewish
It
guy.
says author. It's I just googled it. It says online that the authors are Donald Trump and this guy Tony Schwartz.
Yeah,
Tony
Jewish
Schwartz
guy,
is who
that's him.
wrote the book.
He wrote the book.
He's the guy who sat there and wrote it all down while Trump talked.
Okay, so this guy just he wrote it,
Yeah.
right?
The writer usually writes the book, you know?
Right, but he didn't. Okay.
None of his input is in the book. It's literally Trump talking
Right,
the whole
so
time.
he dictated for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But Donald
Yeah.
Trump, it's his words.
Yeah, it's Donald Trump's
Jesus
words.
didn't write the Bible,
Yeah.
but it was written by,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So continue.
Well, so let me say this for the
And
record.
this is child
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, child number one.
That's what we're talking
Art of the
about
Deal.
right
Okay.
now.
How do we
Art
get
of
to
the
child
Deal.
number one?
Let's get everybody up to speed.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are we right
All right. So I'm getting to child number one, but there's a little story that goes to get to child number one.
No, please.
You got to know
continue.
where I was at mentally leading into the first child.
I think you were 16.
I was 16. I just got to Florida. I was pretty good at the swimming thing. I had part-time lifeguarded in Boston. So I got back down here, and I was saying to myself when I got here, I got to hurry up and finish high school, and I need some cash because I'm ready to buy my first property.
At 16.
At 16. So I went to 10th grade. I started my 10th grade year. And about 2 months into the school year, there was a substitute teacher. I'll never forget. Well, I don't even think I ever told anybody this story.
Thank God.
So, substitute teacher, I'll never forget, her name was Sharon Cook. So Mrs. Cook was this little slim, real fine little black lady, you know what I mean? Real petite.
Mm-hmm.
She drove a Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Mm.
I'll never forget, it was green with a green top on it.
Snoop DeVille.
Yeah, something like that. So she was real cool, and she was dealing with real estate. So now my plan was to finish high school and go all the way to the 12th grade, and then I was going to get the diploma, and then I was going to start flipping then, right?
Uh-huh.
Man, this lady, me and her started talking about the house stuff, and I was telling her about all the authors, and she was like, "Oh, I know them. I read their books," and we just got a bond like you wouldn't believe. Me and this lady, right?
Yeah.
So this-
how old was Miss Cook?
She was like 35.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did she look like?
She was cute as hell. She dated a doctor that stayed in a place called Las Olas, in the Las Olas Isles in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And the guy had like a 66 Plymouth, but he was a real doctor. Made a couple $100,000
What does
a year.
that? What does that have to do with
I'm just
the
saying,
car
like,
stuff?
she was just doing her thing, with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So now I decide she instills in me, you're too smart to be here in school. You're like wasting precious time. You need to go ahead and get out there and start, doing your thing with the real estate, you already know what to do. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but you got to do the orthodox thing. You got to finish school. It's like you can't just, you know what I mean? You don't want to just drop out of school. That's not a smart thing to do.
Right.
She was like, so why don't you just go and take the GED? So I was like, what the hell is the GED? I didn't even know what it was,
You gotta get it.
Yeah, she was like, well, this is a diploma, but it's just, you don't go all the way to the end.
It's the good enough diploma.
I guess you just take, they make sure you know a certain level of knowledge, and then they issue the diploma. And I'm like, who issues it? The high school? She's like, no, it's the state of Florida. So I'm like, all right. So how about I go over to the GED building, which is of course in the back of the school, like back in that part of school where all the, I guess, the dumb kids go or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
wait, what? Back up.
Yeah.
Say this again.
Adam's
Isn't
lost.
it? You remember? I don't know about now, but back in the day, like they used to have like certain parts of schools where they call it something. They had a name for it.
ESOL.
What?
ESOL. ESOL.
I guess. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, where the slow kids go.
Where the slow kids go.
Like the kids that are not up to par with the regular kids.
Oh, no. ESOL was for English for speakers of other languages.
Oh,
makes
program.
sense.
Yeah.
It was something. It's something like that. It was it had a name.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, because they had it in middle school, they had it in the high schools, they had it in all the schools.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Like the short bus. You ever heard the term the short bus?
Dude, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. We don't know what it's called. Plus, they might not have that all over the country. So if people listen to this cast in other parts of the country, they'll be like, "What the hell? They had some special shit going on in Florida."
Yeah. No, I don't.
There's always special shit going on in Florida.
Yo,
Yeah.
Seriously?
Y'all know about the Florida Man thing?
Yeah.
The Florida Man. The Google the Florida Man.
Been crazy. It's taking over the airwaves.
Yeah, for real. So all right. So I go to the back of the school. I go back there and I go in there and the people say, "You want to study for the GED?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So she's like, "All right. Do you actually want to study for it, or do you want to take the test and see if you just pass it? And if not, then you can take the curriculum." I was like, "Oh, of course. Give me the test and let me see if I can pass it." I passed the shit in like 10 minutes. I was done. Like literally walked in the back of this place. Took this test, finished the test. The lady said I passed it. She's like, your diploma will be in the mail in a few weeks. I was like, are you serious? I'm done with high school right now. She's like, yeah, you're done. I was like, that's crazy. So now I'm like 10th grade, halfway through the school year, and realize I don't even have to go to school no more. So now I go and get like 3 jobs. I'm trying to get a bunch of money because I'm trying to flip my first house. So I went and got a job with a lifeguard. This is where I met the baby mama. That's why I'm trying to tell you it leads up to the baby mama.
All right.
Okay. So I go get a job as a lifeguard with the city of Fort Lauderdale. I go start delivering newspapers. And then I had like a third job. I can't even remember what that third one was, but I know I had 3 jobs because I had a plan. I had it all written down how much I was getting a week because I had to save a certain amount so I could flip the first house. Right?
Right.
So now, that summer... that was the summer. All right, so the summer '89. So the summer '89, I'm lifeguarding at Stranahan High School in Fort Lauderdale at the pool. They got a summer camp thing at the pool. So.
And you're still 16.
I'm probably 17 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 17 because the kid was born when I was 18. So I'm lifeguarding at the pool. It's summertime, and she is working for a organization called Beta. BETA, whatever it stood for. It was like kids that could be employed to be counselors for the kids that come to the summer program. She was like she was like 16 and like helping the kids, come to the pool, go to the playground. It's summer camp.
The National Beta Club is an organization for 4th through 12th grade students in the United States. Its purpose is to promote the ideals of academic achievement, character, leadership, and service among elementary and secondary school students.
Exactly.
I just Googled that.
Yeah, nice find. So I'm on the pool deck, being the stud that I was, and she was this 6'4" Amazon. Yeah, like
so
literally.
I don't know about you, Joe, but
I love tall women.
Yeah, but
yeah. I like conquering them.
Joe's wife is actually like, I don't know, like 8 feet tall, whereas my wife is like
She's
3.5 feet tall.
She's 5'12".
Isn't 5'12" 6 feet?
You shut your mouth. So what I'm thinking of right now, as he's describing the story, that he's at the pool, he's this lifeguard, right? He's like, he sees this giant Amazonian woman. I'm imagining like a Tyler Perry's version of The Sandlot, like that scene from The Sandlot show. You know what I'm talking about, where they see Wendy Peppercorn?
Yeah.
Like that. That's
Wendy Peppercorn.
That's what I'm envisioning, but like a really ghetto version of that. Do you know what I'm? Have you seen that? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a TV person.
But you never. Whoa! You never seen The Sandlot?
Bro, I don't know nothing about TV.
You're fucking killing me, Smalls. You've never seen The Sandlot? Seriously.
Bro, I don't know nothing about TV, bro. Nothing. My girl's a movie buff.
If I had 5 kids starting at the age of 16, I wouldn't know shit about TV either.
Exactly. You're too busy fucking. Oh, excuse me, language.
But, yeah. That's really where that's where we draw the line on this podcast, is the word fuck. All right. So anyways, go ahead, man. So you see an Amazonian.
I see this Amazonian girl. And she's liking me. I'm like, I just.
Well, what did you say to her? So you could tell by the way she looked at you, or what?
Something like that.
Well, no. I mean, did she like?
I don't remember exactly.
Did she pull her fucking up bottoms to the sides into your pussy like you sent dick pics?
No. I had actually just got out of a relationship with a girl that she had went off to college. And that's a whole nother story in itself. Oh, my goodness.
Let's stay focused.
Yeah, but so I'm actually was on the rebound. I was on a rebound. I had met this girl on a cruise ship that went to Nova with another girlfriend. So check this out. I'm on a cruise with a girlfriend. I meet this girl on the cruise. I get off of the cruise. Me and this girl end up breaking up. I start dating the girl I met on the cruise.
Right.
She goes at the beginning of the summer to go to her dad worked at American Express. They was like millionaires, all that type of crap, right? He's a big CEO at American Express. Right. So she went early to school to go like get ready for it. So how most people go to school in like August. She went in like June to like go get prepared for school. So I'm on the rebound. I'm feeling bad because I had cheated on her, and she found out about it, and and I just wanted a new friend. So this girl's like available, and we hit it off, and we just started like doing what I guess bad kids do. At 17, 18 years old, what
do bad kids do at 17, 18?
Having sex when they shouldn't be.
With a condom, of course.
All I'm imagining is Grace Jones. This is all I get.
She was on the thick side, I don't like them skinny.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't like nothing skinny.
So like you'd fuck with like a 35-year-old Oprah.
Yeah.
I think anybody would.
No, but if you didn't know,
would bang Oprah.
I mean, I would do everything.
Bro, I would bang Oprah. I would bang Oprah right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like him 60 now. So I mean, in case my wife ever listen to this podcast, I love you, babe, but I have a thing for like older women. I've always liked the older women, even when I was younger.
But especially Oprah.
Yeah, I've got a story of when I was 23. I was dating a 46-year-old police officer in Miami. Ain't that crazy? All right, we are. So,
Doug, we gotta save some material.
Yeah. So let's get back to the story. So we're at the pool. We meet. I'm in the process of buying the first house because I had saved
up. At 17.
Yeah.
How'd you get the money?
I was working 3 jobs.
Okay.
And at the time, there was a thing called the RTC, Resolution Trust Corporation. It was a corporation founded by the U.S. government to handle all the surplus S&L disasters that happened back in the early 90s. So it was a great time to do real estate. So I had, back then, houses, the median value of houses right now is like $250,000.
Keep in mind, this isn't a real estate course. Not you.
Sorry about that.
I'm talking to our viewers. This isn't listeners. This isn't a real estate course. We're trying to get to like the story of his first kid.
Yeah.
And we are. This has just gone off to fucking
to be continued.
To be continued, man. All right. So.
Okay. Well, all right. So I had saved up the money.
Was the first kid planned?
None of the kids were playing except for the last one. The last one. Wait till I tell you that story. That was a crazy story.
All right. But let's get.
But yeah, so I bought the first house, and I'm going to work every day. I'm a lifeguard on the beach on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and every day I'm just going to work and I'm lifeguarding and I'm saving my money because I want to buy more houses. And in the evenings when I got off from work, you know, she lived down the street from the beach, so like I would stop by her house and we'd do our thing, and we were doing our thing for probably about 3, 4, 5 months, and then I wasn't being careful, and I'm like being very reckless. I'm,
people can't see what you're doing with your hand right now, but just so let me describe it. Flat palm open, pushing it forward.
Yeah, so I was having unprotected sex, and I was actually ejaculating inside of the female.
That's super descriptive.
Yeah, and
and that's how babies are made, kids.
Yep, and she became pregnant.
All right, but you told me the other day that some woman actually fucking stole your seed.
Oh yeah, my 2 kids from my wife were both stolen.
Wait, from your current wife?
No, from my ex-wife.
Okay, so your first kid wasn't stolen.
No, we were just having fun, and I was being reckless.
All right. So now we know how that one came about.
Yeah.
All right. So that's baby mama 1.
That's baby mama 101.
All right. So now let's go to the other.
So now let's fast forward, and then, which is another story we'll tell later, is so the real estate thing lasted from 18 until about the age of. It only lasted like 2 years. In 2 years, I bought like 6 properties. Went through something, it all came crashing down. So in the last ditch effort to save the real estate empire, I decided to go covert ops and get into the underground world of drug dealing. And while I was doing that, here comes the second kid, which came along, where me and his mom were just hanging out for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, while she was on Christmas break from college, and she became pregnant, which I did not know until 25 years later.
So she took her time.
Yeah, she took her time.
So you didn't get
but you missed the child support.
Yeah, I missed all that.
Did she try and hit you with it?
No, she actually told me that because she was doing okay in life, she never pursued it.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah, that was decent. I would appreciate that. So, but now and then fast forward to the next 2. So now, she got pregnant in December of 1992. At the end of December of 1992, I meet my 2 daughters' mom. Oh God, you're gonna love this. So how about this? So I'm actually now this is a movie I know, and my life mimics this movie. You know the movie New Jack City, right? Mm-hmm. You know they had the big project buildings, and you know they took the projects over, and you know they had guys on the roofs with guns and you know watching and all that, right? So how about I buy these 2 apartment complexes, duplexes they call them, and it's 4 units, and I literally was running a huge drug, and I actually can say this because I've already done the time for it, but. I was running a huge drug operation out of there, and it was crazy, just like selling drugs all day long. So how about?
But I'm just. I mean, you read The Art of the Deal. You were a lifeguard.
Tried out for the Olympics.
You tried out for the Olympics. You were flipping. You were on your way to flipping houses. You got your GED at 17.
Yeah.
How the fuck did this happen?
Well, because I grew up in.
When you say grew up, like how old were you?
I was born. No, I was born. Where I was born in Fort Lauderdale, there's a place called the nickname of it is called Skid Row, like Skid Row in L.A. But the actual street name is called Sistrunk Boulevard, also known as 6th Street. Is the numeric name 6th Street. So it's 6th Street. It has a secondary name, Sistrunk Boulevard, named after the first black doctor of Broward County. His name was something Sistrunk, right? This was a real rough street back in the 70s and the 80s. You know, a lot of crack cocaine going on, a lot of selling sex, prostituting.
By that you mean prostitution?
Yeah, prostitution. A lot of prostitution was on the main road. Like, I stayed like 2 blocks in from the main road. Once you go out to the main road, it was just like literally crack cocaine and pussy everywhere. It's just what it was.
Sounds like my Friday night.
Got a lot of cats, huh?
So I even though I grew up in the element, I honestly always kind of despised the element, and I didn't want any parts of it. But when I made a few mistakes in the real estate dealings, I realized that I needed a lot of cash fast, and I was like, you know what? Let me figure out how this cocaine thing works so I can get some money so I can get my real estate empire back on track.
I like how you call it a real estate empire. How many homes did you actually flip?
6.
Okay.
And 2 apartment buildings. Or 2 duplexes.
I mean, that's a good start.
Yeah. At 18. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. You were on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah, but then so the second kid comes. She got pregnant in December of 1992, and at the end of December of 92, this girl comes to buy. First of all, I didn't sell the drugs. I had employees. Like I had literally, when I say people on the roof, like the New Jack City movie, I had guys up on the roof watching for the police. We had cut out walls in the duplexes that led to the next apartment. So if whichever door they knocked on, or if they came like they were gonna bang a door in, we could slip through the wall between the apartments and get into the next apartment and flush it. So we had it all set up real nice. I had it all cut out. It was like some underground covert crap.
So you didn't sell it. What did you do?
I was the money behind it.
So you were putting up all the money for all this.
I put up all the money. And I would purchase it, and then they had this guy who, would sell it. Well, I had a few guys that would sell it in the other apartments.
So at this point, you still have one kid, and you're how old?
I'm 19.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm 19. I got like 6 pieces of property, and I got people selling drugs for me, and all this crap, all this going on at 19. Nuts. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right. So then what happens?
So one day in the daytime, this lady comes to buy drugs. I'm thinking she's coming to buy drugs like to smoke drugs. This girl comes with like $1,000 to buy $1,000 worth of crack.
So you were also pushing crack.
Yeah, crack, cocaine, crack. It's really all the same thing.
Was the Iron Chef.
Yeah. Did you tell us that's still one of the things that you're really proud of?
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Tell the listeners what I'm talking about right now.
Well, listen. And pretty much overall, we all know that drugs is a bad influence on society.
Yeah, no, this is a good disclaimer. Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad, and you shouldn't indulge in them. Totally. And they're against the law. For the record.
Look, I agree with that, but I do think that there's a difference between having a glass of wine, smoking a joint, and then fucking smoking a crack rock.
There's not much difference between a crack rock and say like meth or snorting cocaine.
But these are not drugs that people use.
I don't know if those are like starters.
Yeah, those are not like starters.
No, they're not starters.
Normally, I'm sure there's some people that literally just said,
jump right in.
I'm gonna forego beer and pot and go right to fucking meth and crack.
Yeah. But you gotta remember, crack was the king of the 80s, bro. This was the cocaine cowboys, bro. I personally know one of the 2 biggest drug lords that ever touched the earth. Willie Falcone and Sal Magluta. These 2 dudes they called them the billionaire boys. I met Sal Magluta in the federal prison system. I used to play handball against him. He was almost a billionaire.
Now, when you say handball.
Not nuts, not his nuts or
like
genitals.
Like what? No, thanks, Joe. I don't know why you went there.
The ball, it's a little racket ball.
Yeah,
you play handball with it. I was a fucking monster at that shit. I was addicted to it for years.
You were addicted to handballs?
To playing handball on a court. You're not gonna get me. All right.
Well, there's we have a little time left. Yeah. All right. So then what? So then how does this pertain to your kid? What happens next?
So I meet her. She's coming to buy the drugs from the guy that sells them for me, and I'm looking like
$1,000.
$1,000 worth of crack she wants to buy, right?
I feel like that's a lot of crack rock.
That is a lot of crack rock.
And in the 80s, that's
probably like an ounce.
That's probably a lot more in the 80s than it is today.
Yeah, $1,000.
But explain again. Like the other day when you were telling me this, you were saying like, yo, like I'm proud of 2 things, like my ability to do something and my ability to cook crack.
Because
no, but just
yes,
you'd say it.
All right, the reason why I said it like that is because.
Well, what did you say exactly?
All right, let me say it like this. Let's just take a specified industry. A person that's a neurosurgeon They have to be proud of the fact that they can go into the brain and actually orchestrate and move the brain around and reconnect vessels and stuff. Only a few handful of people on the planet, very few people on the planet can actually do brain surgery. I'm pretty sure that crack cocaine cookers are just as rare as neurosurgeons. I got you there.
I mean, Joe,
let me say it again.
How would you respond to that?
Let me say it again. I think that crack cocaine cookers are on the scarcity level as scarce as neurosurgeons are on the planet.
Typing? I'm actually Googling this right now.
There's probably a James Beard Award for crack.
I have a cousin that's a neurosurgeon. That's why I kind of bring that up, because I know how delicate that whole situation is.
No, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Apparently, he went a different path with
and
his
he was born a day after me. Isn't that crazy?
How does that make you feel?
Stupid as hell. I'm like, fuck, I should have been a neurosurgeon. It didn't matter though. His wife fucking got him for all of it, so like,
what does that mean?
Free. Bro, the wife he's going through a divorce right now. The wife fucking is raping him, like
physically.
No, I'm saying like in court.
But that's funny.
She's getting like more than half of the $500,000 he makes a year.
Jesus.
She's getting more than half of that, bro.
That's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was a safe investment.
Yeah, it's a good job on her part.
Yeah, on her part.
All right, so
she had 5 kids from.
So you were so before we get off on another tangent, you feel that your ability to cook crack
is a scarce
profession and as difficult as somebody that goes to medical school.
No, it's not as difficult.
Okay,
I'm talking about the scarcity level.
It's
a rare thing.
Okay, so
see, let me tell you what a lot of people don't know. Say like right now, cocaine is being sold in America right now. There's only a handful of people actually cooking the dope. There's not, when a person sells a person dope, that person most likely did not cook that dope.
Right.
They bought that already cooked.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm saying this is scarce. You don't have to cook weed. You have to cook meth and crack.
You gotta grow weed.
You gotta grow weed. And think about it. All the people that sell weed don't what? They don't grow weed. They sell weed.
Right, but there are a lot of people who do grow their own weed.
Yeah, now because of the new laws and stuff, but
yeah, but even before. Anyway, so
yeah. So it's just like I'm just saying like it's I would say back when drugs were prominent in the 80s and the 90s, I would just say like there might have been 100 people in all of South Florida that was actually cooking the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That was distributed to thousands of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like this. I'm pretty sure like 100 people were cooking it. There was probably 1,000 people selling it, and they were selling it to probably 10,000 people. So you got 100 people. You know what I mean? 100 people are responsible for 10,000 people using through a middleman that's called the drug dealer. Because a lot of people don't know this too. That people that actually cook the drug. Most of the time, the people that cook the drug are the people that get it directly from the people that bring it from Colombia. So they cook it and then they sell it to the drug dealers, and the drug dealers just go sell it. So even the drug dealers aren't really cookers of,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still take some level of pride in the fact that your ability to cook crack.
I just feel like it's a rare profession.
Okay.
Drug dealing and cooking drugs are two totally different things.
Yeah, no, look,
I think
that there's a lot of drug dealers out there, but I don't know, I don't really indulge in the crack.
Yeah.
And by not really, I mean not ever.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But yeah, let's get back to the story.
So then you're cooking crack.
So no, I'm actually
the best
not
crack cooker in the 80s.
No. At that
Could
time,
you have made the Olympics for cooking crack?
I would have won the Olympics. I got gold medal, first place. I'd have been out there with the black glove on the hand, black power. But anyway, so no, back then, and at that time when I was doing the duplex thing, I hadn't even learned how to cook it yet. I was buying it cooked. That's what I'm saying. I was buying it cooked, and he was selling it for me. So she walks up,
$1,000 worth.
$1,000 worth, and this woman, and I like I say, I like dicks, I like thighs, hips, ass,
like
tits.
like Grace Jones after like
No, this is not
cakes.
Grace Jones.
5 cakes.
This is more like, who's a thick woman that everybody knows?
Tiffany Haddish.
The chick from The View.
What? That's just sticks and bones, bro.
Really?
That's sticks and bones.
I think she looks good.
Bro, I don't like nothing skinny, bro. Who's a thick chick? No, Monique is just...
Queen Latifah.
Yeah, I used to have a crush on her. She's thick.
Yes,
And she's not even really all that thick down at the bottom, but you know, thick girls like Queen Latifah with big tits, that's my type.
All right.
So she walks away, bro. With
Precious.
No, hell no. So listen, the girl walks away, and this girl has an ass on her that you have like never seen in your life. The two most perfect butt cheeks of pure roundness.
Better than Kim K.
Kim, that's like nothing compared to this.
Wow.
This is like two globes attached to the rear end of a human being.
That is a whole lot of butt.
Man.
That much butt. She had two globes, two big round things about this big. Each butt cheek was like this big.
Wow.
We're talking a foot in diameter.
Jesus.
Each butt cheek. She walks away. When she walks away, I'm like, I'm gonna tap that ass. It's coming.
You're gonna need a big tapper.
So check this out.
You need a giant fly swatter for that.
Oh my god.
So check this out. So the next time she comes, how about she comes back with 4,000? So now I'm like,
She's selling it?
Oh,
or
I'm sorry about
using
this.
it.
No, she's selling it.
Oh, okay. I thought you did.
So,
God.
so check this out. You ever heard of Hard Rock in Hollywood?
Like crack?
No, the Hard
is this
Rock.
another name for crack?
Oh no, the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know how that whole area is like the Indian reservations?
Yeah.
Well, she was out there on the Indian reservations.
Just slanging crack.
Slanging crack.
Slanging.
And what I was selling her for $10, she was selling it for 40.
What?
So she's getting 4 times what she spent on it.
How come you don't encourage us to hire her here? All right. So this was the woman you would that would eventually be your baby's mom.
She eventually became my wife and my 2 daughters'
All right, is
mom.
this the one that stole your seed?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you how.
I want, please.
Right.
And
Run out of time?
Well, no. What do you mean out of time?
I don't know.
All right, no. We're good. I mean, it's like it's getting late. I'd like to go home at some point. But,
All right.
But all right. So this part I'm really excited about because you told me, you told all of us the other day that you felt that you were raped.
I was.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on.
All right.
That you were raped, and she stole your semen.
Exactly.
I mean,
and hopefully when you post this, hopefully I'll have a comment section, and hopefully the people will respond and give their version of do they think I'm telling the truth.
I want everyone out there that's listening to this, all fucking 2 of you, to post your opinion if Andre J. Nastase. Okay, I get it.
All right.
Was he raped and was his seed stolen?
All right, here it goes.
All right, here it is.
All right, so I hook up with her. We hook up. We start talking. She tells me she got a man. I'm like, fuck your man. I'm gonna take you from your man. I got more money than your man. Yeah, fuck your man. You my bitch now. Oh, excuse me, language. But.
No, that's all right, Gorilla. Go ahead.
All right. So I took her. She left her man. She was like, "Listen, if I leave my man, you got to marry me. I'm not leaving my man for you unless you marry me." I was like, "No problem."
You know what? And I just want to stop right there. That's a rare thing. That this woman would literally go out there and slang crack.
Yeah.
But she was like, "No, I can't."
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I got to get married first.
Yeah. That blew me.
Is that the weirdest fucking thing you ever heard?
Family values.
She was selling crack, but she had kind of like the woman from Weeds.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
You don't know what Weeds is?
No, I don't know.
All right, keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, so I met her, now that I remember, we got married on January 28th of 1993. Because I had just turned 20 in November 92. So we got married January 28th, 1993. I met her 6 weeks before that. So I met her in the middle of December and married her 6 weeks later.
Jesus.
Which was insanity.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did it anyway. Mind you, when I agreed to this marriage, because it was talked about, I was on the road. I was on the road headed out of town to, do illegal activities.
Sell crack.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other states. And I had this truck called Cyclone, so I want this to be known in
Nice.
Yes, I had a 1991 Cyclone limited edition.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I had 2 of those. I had one, I wrecked it. I went and bought another one. Fastest production pickup truck ever made in America.
Didn't it have the engine that the
It had a
car.
V6 twin turbo.
The Grand National had
had the
same,
Grand National engine with a turbo on it. Not a twin turbo, but with a turbo.
Right.
Yeah, a Garnett.
That was fast.
Yeah, it put an extra 100 horsepower on it. It was 280 horsepower, and the engine itself was 180, so it gave it an extra 100 horsepower. It was all-wheel drive. They only made 1,000 of them in 1991. I actually had 2 of them.
It was badass.
Yeah, it was a badass truck. And they had an SUV version called the Typhoon. Google it, people. You'll learn something. But anyway.
The Typhoon was an S10.
Yep. It was an S10. The truck was an S10.
Yeah.
The body was an S10 pickup, and it was the Typhoon was the Blazer.
Blazer.
The 2-door Blazer, yeah. But it was heavier and it was slower. That's why I didn't get it. I wanted it for the space, but I wanted that quarter-mile time. I used to take it to the track. As a matter of fact, that's how I got introduced to the internet, through that truck. But anyway, that's another story. All right, here we go. Here we go. So now I got her. We're on the way out of town. She's like, "Are you gonna marry me?" I'm like, "Yeah, when we get back to Fort Lauderdale, I'll marry you." So we got back to Fort Lauderdale. We went down to the courthouse, man, paid $100 and some bucks or whatever, and I married her. So now we get married. My real estate empire ends up crashing.
I thought it already crashed. That's why you were selling crack.
No, I was trying to save it. I really just needed, where I had messed up at it, I had quit lifeguarding. I had quit my job with the lifeguarding with the city of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And that was a big mistake. I should have never quit that job because that was the backup income to keep the properties going. Right. So I quit the job. That was a mistake. I started selling the dope. And hold on now. Here's the thing you're not realizing. I had 2 different stints of selling drugs. The 1991 stint, I stopped selling drugs in 1991 and went all the way to 1997 before I sold the big drugs that sent me to prison for 11 years.
That's another story.
Yeah. Then this particular stint, after about 6 months of doing it, it just didn't work out, and I ended up I stopped. Now she, on the other hand, was kind of like carrying the bills. So now it's like, the real estate empire crashes. I'm not selling drugs anymore because I'm just not good at it. And then she's like, she's still selling her drugs down on the Indian reservation, still making tons of money, but of course she got a new person now that she buys it. So I literally went from being a dope dealer to now this girl is selling dope and she's like taking care of me now, type of thing. Crazy, right? So now I'm realizing, I'm like, well, I was never really interested in the drug world. It's not, I was never like into it, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do it for, like a lifelong thing or whatever. So now I say, you know what, Andre, let's go. You already know how to rehab houses. Let's go and learn how to build houses, because if you could build houses, you don't have a record or anything, you could actually get your general contracting's license and you can start building houses.
Yeah, but what does this have to do? I don't mean to interrupt you.
I'm getting ready to tell you how, because remember I was doing construction. All right. So now I realize I want to be a general contractor because I've already tried the house flipping and I've kind of failed at that. And now I realize I want to be a general contractor, so now I want to build spec homes. So now I decided to go get a job building houses. So I go out to this construction site and I just fucking force myself on these people and they just eventually hired me. Like I literally went out there and just picked up a shovel and started digging like whatever all the other workers were doing.
Those people were probably scared shitless of you.
Yeah, but I didn't give a fuck. I told him, man, I need a job, bro. I want to learn how to build houses. So I went out there and I'm like digging and he's like, what are you doing? It's like insurance risk. I'm like, bro, I'm going to come out here every day and I'm going to do whatever these other guys are doing until you hire me. After like 3 days of doing that shit, he fucking said, all right, bro, you got a job. You come on. So I get a job with this dude.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I get a job. I was out in West Florida, Pembroke Pines area. I'm out there now. I'm not, I started out digging the ditches for the footers for the pour the concrete slab for the foundation of the house. Man, within a year, bro, I had a Transit. You know what a Transit is? The thing with the beam on it that shoots long distance. I had a Transit, a blueprint, and a radio. I went from digging ditches in 1 year. I was actually going out and laying out the specs for the new houses as they would come out. So I advanced that far in 1 year. But anyway, throughout that year, this is when the kids got stolen from me. So on that journey,
and by stolen you mean man
raped. Yeah, like raped. Yeah. So this is what happened. So while in that process of that year, while I'm learning how to build houses, I had to physically start out like really working. Like I would purposely try and outwork everybody else because I was trying to get to the top. I knew he wasn't gonna let me do tie beams if I'm not good at foundations, and I know you're not gonna let me do roofs if I'm not good at building walls. So everything I touched, I fucking just did it. You know what I mean? To show this man I'm not playing. You know, so I used to get home at night. I had one piece of property left. We lived in it. It was a townhouse in Pompano Beach, Florida. And I would go home at night. I'd be so fucking tired. I would get in there. I would take a shower, and I would just collapse in the bed. And then my wife, in the middle of the night, I guess it got to the point where, you know, when I don't have any money, I don't want to have sex. Like, sex doesn't interest me when I'm broke. Because I feel like no woman wants to have sex with a broke-ass man.
So
you know what I
you
mean?
kind of view yourself as a prostitute.
No, I'm saying that
Because
I wasn't...
They don't want to have sex if there's no money either.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yep, but so I would get home at night, I'd be tired, and I would just go to sleep, and then she would occasionally, in the middle of the night, start fondling me.
What do you mean by fondling you? See, this is where
Like
the story
while you're
gets
sleeping.
good.
Yeah, while I'm asleep. So I'm asleep.
Dead sleep.
Knock the fuck out. She would literally flip my body over.
Man, you are a big dude, too.
No, I was 150 pounds back then.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm 250
I'm sure
now.
you were using some of that crack, too.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's
Don't get high on your own supply, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, don't get high on your supply. One of the 10 crack commandments, baby.
That's right. Boom. Biggie.
He actually co-wrote that song with Biggie. All right, go ahead.
So she would flip me over, caress me, fondle me.
What part?
My torso,
The business
my midsection area, down with this. Whatever, I don't know.
Is it called a penis?
Yeah, in the penis area. she would, play with it, get it up. Then she would, perform fellatio on it.
Okay.
And she would stimulate it, get it into an erect position.
She would stimulate it more so than putting it in her mouth, doing fellatio?
No, that's what I'm saying. She would stimulate it with
At this point, because you're turned around face up now.
Yeah.
I mean, you sleep on your stomach.
Yeah, I sleep on my stomach.
Okay, so she flips you around.
Yeah.
She takes your pants off.
No, I'm already naked. I sleep naked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got easy access.
Yeah.
So at this point, she then goes ahead and puts your dick in her mouth.
Yeah.
And and you're just kind of like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get a blowjob. Or are you still sleeping?
No, I'm still kind of like sleep.
Right.
I don't even like notice that part.
She's milking you, essentially, like cattle.
Yeah. So she gets it up and then she straddles me and gets on top. And now this is when I actually notice that she's there. So now I'm half asleep, and I feel the motion, the friction going back and forth. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, this is nice. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna enjoy it. And then,
all right, but you're conscious at this point.
I'm conscious, but I didn't ask for the sex.
She just gave it to you.
But you also didn't push her off or anything else.
No.
Okay, so how is this rape? See, that's the part. All right, so tell me what happens. So you guys are fucking, and what happens next?
And then
And you're conscious at this point now.
I'm conscious. I'm not awake though. I'm still eyes closed.
Okay, but you know that somebody's having sex with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gets to the point where it gets good, and then the body wants to release. So I would release.
And by release, you mean
ejaculate
in her vagina?
Yeah.
With no condom.
But it's my wife. I'm married to her legally.
I understand. Yeah. So what does that have to do with it?
Yeah. And I'm like 20 years old at the time. I already got one kid when I was 18.
Right.
So now
16.
No, 18 I had the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 18 I had the first one. And then at 20, now she's still in the dick in the middle of the night. So now here comes the second one.
Okay, but that's why you think you were raped.
Yeah, I was raped because I wasn't trying to have a kid right then. I was trying to get my money right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but you could have punched her in the face. You could have.
I could have pushed her off.
You could have pushed her off.
I did try to push her off a few times.
And she was just like, "Nah, I want that dick."
And she just like moved my hands and keep going. Yeah.
Did you try thinking about other things?
No. I was actually like, this is, as tired as I am, this is great to be able to get some sex without any effort.
And I feel like that makes it just as much your fault.
Yeah, you're right. I guess technically she didn't rape me. She just coerced me. Coerced. Pronounce it properly.
Alright, so
that happened for the first kid. Kid was born. Then after that, 2 years later, she kind of was doing the same thing because I was still doing the construction work. So
in the middle of the night, she just got back on and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get me a second kid."
Operation Seed Stealer.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
That's what it was, bro.
Hashtag me too.
Yep. So, and then 2 years later, the second kid came. And then,
all right, look, we can stop there because essentially...
But that's the crazy part, right? Like, nobody thinks about the guys.
Yeah.
Right.
It happens.
Right.
I literally had 2 kids while I was asleep, and while I was not participating, I didn't ask for sex. I did not try and force anybody to have sex.
You also didn't push her off, though.
Hey,
No,
but
and I ended up having 2 beautiful daughters behind me.
There you go.
So I can't complain. I'm actually glad that it happened, because one thing I've learned now being older is that, man, you gotta have those kids when you're young. Because you don't want to be old.
I don't think that women, for example, who get raped, take a step back later and be like, man, I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
So
no. Yeah.
We're on the same page that you, like, at this point, no longer feel as if you were raped.
No, I wasn't raped.
What are you rolling your eyes for?
Because I've been saying that to myself for like 20 years.
Man, so this is a big deal.
Because now I'm literally going in my mind now and...
Undoing 20 years of just the same garbage narrative.
In my mind, yeah.
Oh my god.
So, I was just... Is it coerced? How do you pronounce it?
Coerced?
Coerced?
You're doing a great job.
Something like that.
So this podcast actually is changing life today.
Yeah, it's actually changing my psychological makeup of how I look at the birth of my 2 daughters.
There you go.
All right. Well, look, Joe, I think we should end this on that.
I think we wrap it up, but get ready for the next podcast because we got to go into the Olympics.
Yeah, I really want to hear about his Seoul 1988 Olympic trials. I really, really want to hear about that.
There's a twist at the end.
Super twist. All right, well, thanks, guys. This is live from the office. Thank you very much for listening, all 2 of you.
We need a clapping plug-in.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We can all do it. Everyone clap.
Yay!
All right. Arsenio is not here, but you do know Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I know the Arsenio Hall show now.
All right.
You know, it's a black thing.
Wow.
All right, guys. Have a good night, and thanks very much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.